Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing this lovely little cutie little picture. This is from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. We've been doing some of the other pictures from this page as well. I'm just working through the page and I thought I would just share with you what I was doing. I'm trying to get it straight. There we go. Now it's hanging off the table. It's really not behaving very well. There we go. Right, so we will start. I'm using my Castle Arts pencils, which I have used for all the other parts of this page. I'm not matching the pages at all. The pictures, I mean, I'm doing them all quite differently. The thing that's the same is the brand of pencils, and I'm just having fun with it really. So I'm going to start with this oak leaf. Now we did do oak leaves here, up here, look, but I don't know what I used to colour them with, so I'm just going to have a go and see what happens really. I quite like to do oak leaves with a little bit of brown around the outside, so I'm actually going to do that and show you how I do them. So I'm grabbing, actually that's a bit pale, sorry, I'm changing my mind. My pencils are in the wrong order, it's confused me a little bit. I'm going to use the raw umber to do the very edge and to put some brown in there. This is the sort of autumnal look. And I'm going to do a layer around the edge of each of these little, what would you call them? Sticky outy pieces? I don't know. And then once I've done a sort of layer, I'm just going to sharpen this up. It's a bit fat for my liking, a little bit pointier. I find these Castle Arts sharpen really nicely. So I'm going to get it to the edge and I'm just going to fade it out a little bit so I can blend it into some green in a minute. So I'm just doing little circles on a light layer. I'm going to go back to this one, just tidy it up. It was a bit scruffy because the pencil was blunt. And here we can just gently start to blend it. So we're blending it into nothing at the minute, but that means that when we put the green on, it will hopefully mix together nicely, but we can always layer it up if it isn't quite right. Now I'm going to pick the browniest green, if that makes any sense, to this, whoops, I don't want to come out though. And for me that's the Oxide of Chrome. Again, I'm going to give it a sharpen. Sounds a bit vicious, that one, when I'm sharpening. Okay, and I'm going to just do a light layer over the top of the brown. It's quite dark, this one, isn't it? And then in towards the middle. It's not really mixing, it's actually covering it up. You can see my little circles that I'm using. This is a bit dark for an oak leaf, I think. But anyway, we'll lighten it up in a minute. I'm just going to try and reduce it a bit towards the middle so don't get a line. That's all I'm going to do with that. I'm going to try and pick a lighter colour. I think the Sap Green might work for us. Again, it needs to sharpen. So, and now we'll go for it. And I'm going to go over the top of all of it, just gently, with my Sap Green. I'm fading it towards the centre still because I'm going to add another colour. Got a lot of colours in this leaf. I think because we've got such a small picture, we're not going to take long to finish it, so it'll be fun to add a few layers. Now I'm going to grab the Terracotta Light. That was the colour I grabbed at the beginning and I changed my mind, and I'm going to just sharpen this one. And I'm going to use it to bring everything together. So I'm going to go over the whole thing in this one. And hopefully that will help to merge the browns and greens and yellows and everything else together to make a fun looking leaf. It's actually a little bit darker than I was hoping, so I'm actually only going to go over the darker areas with this. Or I'm going to do it really lightly in the middle, and I'm going to find a paler colour. Paler again, yes, Cadmium Yellow I think we use, and that's, yeah, I'm going to confidently go over that with a hard layer. That's going to just tone it down and bring it together. Now here we have quite a harsh line. I can see where the green ends and the yellow begins. I'm not very happy with that, but I can change that. Once I've put on the amount of yellow that I want, I can grab my green. I think I'm going to grab the Sap Green and just slightly blend this in, just using a gentle touch to just try and blend out that sharp line. Do the same here. We're going to get the Oxide of Chrome. We're just going to overlap all this brown just on the edges to just soften it. I mean, you can have a line if you feel that that is how you want it to look. It wasn't what I was going for. There, I'm happy with that now. We've only used 5 colours, it's fine. So now I need to think about a background. I want the leaf to stand out, but I think I'm going to use the Cadmium Yellow just behind the leaf. I think that will pull out this yellow centre and make it look brighter, I hope. So I'm just going to do an even layer. I'm not going to try and do anything fancy, just because that's what I've done with the backgrounds on all of the others. So although I'm not matching them, I think it's nice to have some consistency. Now I always find yellow quite difficult to work with because I can't see whether I've used it or not. So I'm trying to work within a small area quite closely so that it's easier for me not to miss an area. And this is quite a dark yellow, it's a little bit easier to see than the paler yellows. But even so, I suspect I will miss areas and I won't notice until I take a photo of this when I finish filming. It feels like the camera, when I take a photo, it seems to look really different to when I'm actually filming as a video. I don't really know why, but the camera seems to make everything look a bit scruffier and shows up missed areas more so than the actual videoing process, which is a bit annoying, but hey ho. I've got these 4 little corner pieces. I'm going to do them with other colours from the leaf as well. I'm going to do some green, some brown, I think. So I'm going to grab the Oxide of Chrome. It's quite the darker green. I don't know why, I've just picked it randomly. I'm going to do this centre one. I'm just going to go harder around the edge of it and then reduce it in the middle a little bit. You may not really see, because there's a small space, that there's much of a difference. But I don't want it to be a really obvious change, because I want it to sort of be blended in a little like that, and the same on this one. And then for the others we'll do a brown, and hopefully it will just all tie together. We'll do the raw umber. It's the darker of the browns. I think it will work better, and we'll use the same pattern. So use a sharper edge around the outside and reduce your pressure in the centre. I didn't do a very good job on that one or that one. It's quite a small space, but there we go. There, and that's finished. That's all there is to that little one. I am going to leave that there. I'm not going to go on and do a different picture. Some of these are quite big. And will take some time, so we'll just leave that one for today. So there we go. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a nice little one for you to have a little go at, and happy colouring.